It is a program for men who are homeless. It's not a shelter. People often think Time Center is a shelter because we house homeless men, but we ask that the men agree to a program. The whole goal is to help them become self-sufficient again, or for the first time. We have a capacity for 50 guys in level 1. We have capacity of 20 guys in level 2. To get into level 2, you have to have a source of income. You contribute toward your room and board and save. All the guys that come to us, once they get a job, they have to save 60% toward their future rent and housing. So when they leave us, they have a deposit and the ability to pay rent for a month or so. And the whole goal is that they become gainfully employed and be able to take care of themselves and not be dependent on others or find themselves homeless again. We have Champaign County Mental Health Board supports some of our work with the group work, and we do mental health screenings and substance abuse screenings, and they help pay for that. We have some funding from United Way. We have funding from our state government and our federal government, HUD. So I mean, it's very important that we have this source of funding. We also have a lot of local support, donations. A lot of the churches in this community are very, very good to us, as well as civic organizations. The main thing, first of all, is to be able to give them hope that they can change. And if it's a substance abuse issue that's, it's been a drug addiction or alcoholism that's gotten them in trouble, we try to address that or refer them to the right people if we cannot fully address it. If they have mental health issues, which many of them do, we help them get their medication. We try to get them plugged into our psychiatrists and whatever services they need. If they have legal troubles, we try to help them with that. Many times they are not fully educated or educated enough to be in the workforce, so we try to help them get their GED or work with providers to get these things, get them referred to adult education programs. Sometimes the guys go to Parkland. We have one going to Eastern now, finishing. He's a senior there. So whatever they need, it will vary, but we try to have a service plan, have them work with it. And if they really don't want to work on it, then we're not going to be able to help them if they're not. But we help them get to a place where they can do those things. First of all, we try to help them get some benefits so they can get some services. Starting in January, many of them will qualify for Medicaid, and that will allow them to get the medicine they need. And many times they may need a psychotropic medication. They may need a full mental health assessment. Not all of them do. Some of them just need a chance to have a place to stay. Maybe they've been in a domestic situation that's been difficult for them. Whatever it is, they need time, and we give them a bit of time, but we also have an advocate working with them so whatever the issue is, to help them and to find employment. There's some good employers in our community that will employ them. Sometimes our guys are felons, convicted felons, and that's very hard. Once you've been incarcerated or have a criminal record, it's hard to find a job. So we help them overcome those barriers. If they're really working the program and working at it, say if they've been there, they can stay up to level 1 up to a full year if they're really working the program. And then they can get into level 2, and they can actually stay up to 2 years if they choose. Now, very few stay that long, because our goal is not to keep them that long if possible, but if they need that time, it's available to them as long as they're making, inroads on their progress, becoming self-sufficient. We're grateful for our volunteers, and we get quite a few from the university from time to time. Sometimes we need smart young people to come work at the desk, and particularly in the morning hours, to help us answer phones, make copies, maybe do some data entry for us. I want to say thank you to those people. I want to say thank you to all the civic groups and fraternities and sororities that have helped us. And don't be reluctant to give if we need your help.